Welcome back, everyone, to the Chakra Outloud podcast. We are here with Malibu Smiley.
Where we say what we say and you don't get upset.
You don't get upset. Don't get upset.
Motto of the year.
Yeah.
Speaking of the year, almost coming to an end.
22, here we fucking come.
It's
Tomorrow.
Where's my hat though?
Oh, it's behind you. It's behind you.
Oh shit.
It's falling on the ground.
All right. Yeah. So tomorrow marks the new year, right?
Yeah.
2022. It's crazy how I'm even saying this because you get what I'm saying, bro?
No, I know.
Like Jay, you were born in what? 21? I mean, 2001, right?
2002.
Basically.
2001.
2002.
And 2002.
Yeah, so
and
it's gonna be 20 for me.
Yo, dude, time flies. We were speaking about this with my client yesterday, how back in the day, a year used to last a whole complete year.
I do remember. I was like freaking out one day because I was like, not this, and I definitely am a conspiracy theorist, but like this is the thing I will not I will not move on. I will not change my mind on.
Something happened.
For whatever reason, from the time I was born, 95 to now, a second is not a second anymore, bro.
It's not.
I don't. There's no. I'm telling you, there's no article you could read. There's no thing. But I'm telling you,
it's not
for
something
a
you can
fact,
research, but from the conclusion of everybody speaking about it and saying, "Yo, time flies," like, "Yo, it has."
Where did this month go?
This would make this would, the reason.
December was nothing.
The reason I say this too is because there's two big factors, right? It's the lifespan of the human race has extended like exponentially in the last like I want to say 5 to 10 years. So like normally people die off like around 85. Now people are hitting 90 to 100 easily. Like it's easy 90 to 100. On top of that, I have people, not me, but like I'm saying people in general are like, no man, like I feel like the commute that they always take, like let's say it takes an hour to get from here to New York City, right?
Right.
That takes an hour and a half to 2 hours now, but it's the same distance and there's no traffic. So how did that hour come to turn into an hour and a half to 2 hours? I mean, there's obviously some factors in it, but
it is.
Time is one of those things that even since I started working here, I will not be convinced otherwise. It's getting shorter. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why a year is just going by rapidly because my client came in on April. And I remember her, and when I told her her appointment is in December, she kind of freaked out. She was like, "Oh my God, such a long, like, time from now." And yesterday she sat in my chair. She was like, "I can't believe that I'm sitting here." She was like, it almost, and it's like, you know when you go to sleep and you just wake up, it felt like it was a 5-minute sleep, but you really were sleeping for 6, 8 hours. Right. It's the same shit that's going on within a year, so which is really trippy for me. It's trippy for me because I know I'm getting older. Every time I think about a year, I'm like, nah.
I had 26 this year, so it's not even like I'm in my early to mid 20s. I'm in my mid to late 20s now.
26?
Yeah, 26.
Man, I remember those times. That's awesome. I'm 37. I was just
talking to a client yesterday too because she was like, she's a bartender and she's like, yeah, when we check people's IDs, we don't even look for like. They look a little older. We don't even look for their like full date. We just look if there's a 1 or their year starts with a 1 or a 2. Because if it's a 1, you're 100% older than 21. Because anyone before 1999 or 2000 is at least.
And then wait, because I've been to like clubs and shit where like the security guard be looking at the ID, and they be going the reflection. That's because they're trying to calculate how old am I, because they're not good at math, so they be going like this with the reflection. They're like, yeah, you good? They're like, yo, my man.
Dude, how was your Christmas? I don't know how.
All right, my Christmas is freaking awesome. My Christmas is awesome because I got to spend it with my family.
Right.
But it was really great for my kids, obviously. For a kid, Christmas, it's a kid thing because I don't give a shit what I get, whatever. I just like to eat and just relax and shit like that. So it was pretty cool.
Cool. Jade?
My Christmas was nice. A lot of new faces at the house this year.
Oh, yeah?
You know? Some of my aunts getting some new husbands.
And this was in your mom's house?
This was at my aunt's house this year. You know, my mom's about to have the baby, so the family's definitely getting bigger every year, and I'm seeing it like at Christmas time.
So it's you, your brother, and the little one coming through, right?
Another
boy?
Boy, yep.
Damn.
Jaden, Maddox, and Jackson.
Congrats, my man. Congrats.
He's doing like a month or two, so he'll be here soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was quick.
Yeah,
See?
yeah,
That's fucking
What
quick.
the fuck?
Remember, like
he was trying to keep it silent and shit. He's like, yo.
Wow.
Yeah, on the DL, he was like, yo, I think my
a
mom.
month or two? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like late February.
Holy shit, man.
Wow.
That's exciting.
I remember like when I first told you guys.
So he's
like,
going to be born when we
flew
at the
by.
convention, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
like around that time.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
shit.
Oh, man. Just don't stop. Sorry, I'm tying my shoes on.
I'm a little bit freaked out about the obviously I'm gonna go to you with the your Christmas. How was it? Because I tend to forget shit. So
Nah, it was good. You know, for this year, because of everything that's going on and people are trying to be crazy about everything on the health side of everything. Like my Christmas was nuts. We had to. Usually we have it at my house every year, but this year my grandfather started living with us. So
you guys went to the beach
we
house.
went to the beach house, so it was stressful because we moved all the Christmas down to the house for Christmas Eve, and then we do Christmas Day back at the house. So it's an hour drive that way, it's an hour drive there. And listen, I know this is like some urban white kid shit. Like, oh, I gotta go to my beach house. Like, nah, bro. That shit.
It did sound a little bit, but I completely understand.
Next year, I promise you, I want to stay home and I just want to hang out with my family.
And this is the thing, because we were talking about that. It's like the older you get, the less you want to do, or the more you want to relax. I don't know what the fuck is going on, because before I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go out, let's go skydiving, whatever the fuck, right? Now I'm 37, I'm like, I don't know, man. I just want to go home and like relax and chill.
Chill with my dogs. And
I had
kids,
a fucking
right?
long day. Yeah, you know what I mean?
This week especially, for me, this is my first, and I've only worked. It's only Thursday, so I worked Monday, Tuesday, and a half day Wednesday piercing, right?
Yeah.
This is my first week that my hands are sore, so I feel like I really worked this. Like I woke up this morning and my hands were like when you came back, obviously it's like fatigue. So I've been working so much, my hands are sore. I'm like, holy shit. So I mean, I'm working now. It's a lot to handle during the holidays. I'm not.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's a blessing for sure.
So what I was gonna say prior to that was obviously the COVID numbers has gone up, right? It's important because we are doing the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention. And now my wife and I are a little bit scared that they might cancel the convention because of the whole spike in COVID with this Omarion shit that's been going around.
Omarion.
Yeah, so
it's a nice
so the thing is, like, we already paid for like the convention, but the thing is they don't give us a refund. They just hold it as credit. So if they cancel it, the next convention is going to be next year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's going to suck because we still have the Airbnb and we invested in so much shit, so much merchandise.
And all this new stuff. For the
not
booth.
saying that we cannot sell at our shop, because we will sell it.
Yeah.
But for the fact that we had a plan and for the new year and it's almost about to be a compromise, I hope not. So fingers crossed.
The one thing that I've learned from working side by side with you and your wife is you have to expect the unexpected at all times. Like you can't have a plan and think it's gonna go exactly according to plan. You have to plan in accordance to something going wrong at all times.
Yeah, and also have a way to pivot.
Yep.
Just in case something didn't work out.
Right.
Change the plans, man. Realign and refocus.
You have a guest?
And it'll work.
Guest? What's up,
we
man?
have a guest.
Yo.
We have the neighbor from next door. This is
We have
Megan.
Megan with us today.
Now you gotta go on the camera, yo.
Yeah.
I got a chair first.
Right.
Okay.
So
Is the Philly convention one of the
she's
biggest
fucking
conventions?
drinking Coca-Cola early in the morning and shit with extra ice. Big ass cup of Coca-Cola on the Starbucks mug. That shit.
Is the
She's never gonna hear the end of that, bro.
One of the biggest conventions of the year.
It is a big one. There's a few big ones.
That one,
like Hell City is pretty big.
Empire State's pretty big.
Yeah,
too, right?
the
But that's
biggest
not
one in the
ours.
world is in Venezuela. That's the one I want to go to.
Germany.
Germany's pretty cool, huh?
I'll go to Germany.
Yeah.
Germany's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We were talking about
The
international conventions yesterday.
The German convention was pretty awesome. Staying in Berlin was a little bit like sketchy because it was really like hood.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like in America, like the hood is predominantly black. In Berlin, the hood is predominantly white. So
It throws you off. You're like, wait, hold on.
it's weird,
It's like,
bro.
yo, wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's weird. So it's divided into like two sections where the Africans are at, and then where like the Afghanis and Turkish are at.
All the white guys are like, yo, run your shit. You're like, yo, Derek, relax. Fucking
Yeah, they're looking at you sketchy, like yo, what those colors be? This turquoise, my man. Relax.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide down.
We got
Make sure we got you all in frame.
Megan here.
We don't have headphones for you.
I was gonna say
Sorry.
let's grab her a mic or something.
Do we have a microphone? I'll vamp. You want to take a break? What do you want to do?
No, we're good.
All right, so
Yeah. Now we just keep rolling.
yeah, no, I like it.
So it's pretty cool. So we're obviously going to speak about New Year's resolution. It's
Right.
going to be one of them. The Ghislaine Maxwell case,
yeah.
because it's pretty awesome. You know, we've been staying on it ever since our
Facts.
first podcast, right?
You know what happened to her, right?
Yeah. But this is
Listen. I
Yeah.
know what we're gonna say, bro. Everything to me about this whole situation is just like, come
it's
on,
sketchy, dude.
bro.
It's
Come
definitely
on.
sketty.
Do you need help, Jaden?
Especially
I was
it's
gonna say
okay.
probably
Well,
that.
especially
This
since
There's like 4 right there.
I can't find one.
Yeah.
It's a stack of mic.
Listen, if anything, I'll have.
Yeah,
we
just.
No, I got it.
So yeah, so the Maxwell case, New Year's resolution. I'm a little bit like I'm feeling lethargic still because I was painting and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit slow in my process.
I now, like I said, working all day at a shop and like working and like physically working with people is way different than working the front. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm tired, bro. Like I worked till 9:30 last night. Worked from 11 to 8:30 the night before. I worked 11 to 7 the night before.
And this is just a week.
And it's just 3 days. And yesterday was like a half day, so it was 4 to 9:30, and I got home and I literally I made plans like, oh, I gotta help someone move a couch. I got someone moving to another apartment down the street. So I was like, oh, I'll help you guys with your beds and stuff like that because I got the truck. I literally got home and I didn't even change. I woke up in the same clothes I fell asleep last night. Literally face planted, bro.
Yeah,
that was literally me last night.
Yeah.
I told myself too. I was like, yo, I'm gonna hit the gym in the morning, 6 a.m. sharp.
That shit did not happen.
Yeah, I went to bed at like 2 in the morning. I was
Get your sleepy ass back in bed, yo.
You know what I'm saying? I woke up 6. I did wake up 6 in the morning, bro. I tried to move. My body was just like, nah, bro. Like, shut back down.
Like, chill.
Yeah,
you're getting older, yo. Chill.
Yeah, I was up like 2. I was editing my boy's pics. Shouts out Cam. He worked on us with the project. He's working on his own thrift store, Campus Thrift. Shouts out Campus Thrift. Pop-up shops tomorrow. So I was working on some of the pictures that I did with him last night. And I just literally catered like right in my bed, laptop open, woke up, same clothes, like, all right,
that's awesome. But that's definitely hard work, man. And you got to stay focused. It is what it is. It'll happen.
Yeah, no, of course.
So yeah, back to how you were saying that you're tired. So, you know, sometimes when I do these tattoos, whether it's 3 hours, 4 hours, 5, 6, and, you know, certain people be like, how can you be tired from a 5-hour tattoo or whatever? But then you're not adding the 15 years, obviously, that I've been doing this. You know what I'm saying?
5 hours plus 15.
Yeah, it's like 5 hours plus 15 years because I've always stayed consistent. Ever since I started tattooing, I never missed a day.
Yeah.
So I feel you on you being completely tired, and this is why every tattoo that I do requires a lot of energy, but it also gets me tired at the end of the day.
But you gotta be focused, man.
Yeah.
You're locked in. Like it's more mental fatigue than physical. Yeah,
it's super mental, dude.
Yeah, like, and you're still tattooing, but you gotta be in these awkward positions. Like, it's not just like, all right, I'm sitting here drawing. Like, nah, tattooing. I've seen like the art behind it since I've been here.
And you know what's even
so
and sorry to control. You know what's even harder for me? The fact that I got ADHD. So for me to do something that I have to stare at for a long time is very difficult because my mind is everywhere. Not only while I'm tattooing, I'm thinking about my future, things that I want to do, like fun things. I'm watching TV. I want to listen to music. There's a lot going on around me, and that's very difficult to stay focused for like 8 hours, 11. Last time we did 11 hours, right, on this guy, and it was pretty tough for me to stay there staring. Imagine I give you a dot and be like, stare at this for 9 hours. Right. That shit takes a level of focus like no other. You know what I mean? So I posted a video this morning, and it has like facts, like fun facts about tattoos. And one of the main things that I mentioned was that tattooing is the art of patience. It's just what it is. So when there's a lot of artists that their work looks trash, it's because they don't have patience to do it. You know what I'm saying? When you dedicate, listen, if like Lisa, I remember at the beginning, I told her, like, just make this shit look good. Don't worry about it. She used to spend 4 or 5 hours on a little piece, but it used to come out fire. And then you get people that do that shit in 15, 20 minutes and it comes out trashy. But she had the patience in order to make her work look great. So tattooing is definitely the art of patience. I just want to throw it out there. You know what I mean?
I feel like also too that plays into it's not only the artist patience, it's also the client because also too you can't expect to get like a full back piece in like a day. So it's also
expectations.
Like, yeah, so it's also like patience for everyone involved in the whole process.
Yeah, definitely. And it takes a sequence of different things in order to help a client work through the pain, because it could be very excruciating. It's like a roller coaster, you know what I'm saying? You got this up and down, and then within the 5 hour, you get this huge up, and then this down. It's just like it fluctuates. It's very crazy thing to embark on. But as an experienced artist, I have learned different ways to help people manage their pain, which allows me to sit there 11 hours with a client. Now, what happens to me after 6 hours is like I get this rush of endorphins or some shit. So what happens is, like, on my 6 hour, I always get this when I'm sitting there 6 hours straight. After 6 hours, something happens to me where I feel high. So I call it work high. You know what I'm saying? So once I reach that point, it kind of like helps me cope with the next 3, 4, 5 hours easily. Because after a while, you just get a little bit frustrated and anxiety starts setting in. Because when you're doing a long piece and then you look at how many hours you have left, you have 3, 4 more hours. That's like 2 plane flights to somewhere. You know what I mean? So that becomes very stressful and stuff.
Damn, I never thought about it.
Yeah, you said that. And I was like,
So I'm a pilot. When I sit there, I'm like, yo, we're going to Dubai again, bro?
Damn,
This is crazy.
At least you guys got good movies on your flight.
Yeah. Great movies, right? So it's funny, but when I do sit there with a client, I always think about like, all right, how long is this set to? All right, this is California. I'm going to California and back to Jersey. I always put that in my mind. These are the things that I've been thinking about. Yeah, and I'm sitting like a fucking pilot just drawing and shit. So, yeah.
That's fire.
that's funny. Before we head into the midtime break, did we want to touch up on the Maxwell case?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So the Maxwell case, right? Obviously, we've been staying up since our first podcast.
Yep, that was the first
we did,
episode.
right?
Yep, that was the first.
All right. So she got convicted 5, right? Out of 6 charges.
I think it was 3 out of 6. But
No.
Oh, which was 5?
It was 5 out of 6, but this is the thing. There's a little sketchy thing behind it.
Always.
She would get 75 years if convicted of all charges.
Right.
She did not get convicted of all charges, just one. You know what I'm saying? So there's 5 that she got
Right.
convicted of, and there's 1 that she did not get convicted of. So that means that she's not going to get 75 something years. They might reduce it down drastically.
2.
You know how it is. But they give the truck driver 110 years,
bro.
and they're like, do you understand that? They gave him 110 years,
Right.
but they're contemplating on giving this chick 75 years. How does that...
It still blows my mind that this is happening in the middle of New York City and there's like not people rioting outside and there's not people like going crazy.
Yeah, also they did the George Floyd shit. Everybody wanted to burn business down and fucking riot and
Right.
loot and shit like that. But this bitch is over here in New York, right, that has fucking raped, molested girls, solicited prostitution.
Right.
All over the world.
And nobody bad.
Nobody's
Yeah,
everybody's back to work,
Yeah.
you know, and nobody's like really care about this shit. The only shit they have is fucking sketches of this trial. They don't
Yeah.
even have actual cameras.
Yeah, we don't have any cameras left. To
Yeah, and then
record
the designer, whoever sketches them, she don't even look like her. I don't even think she's in court right now.
she's Zoom meeting the courtroom.
Yeah, it was
She's
like my aunt on trial and shit, you know, short hair.
I don't
It
know.
didn't look like her, so
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's so weird, man. If you look at that case from anyone, you don't have to have any knowledge of laws or anything. If you look at that case, and you're gonna see from the beginning to the end of it is like that's so the sketchiest thing that's ever happened, bro. Like, that's insane.
It is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, just looking from anything from the trial, like you said, there's literally no footage. There
Yeah.
are no pictures. I've seen like 7 to 8 just drawings, just
Bro,
straight up.
it's just
And
drawings,
each
bro.
girl in the picture. it
That's
looks
like they're doing a
completely
flash sale at court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it goes to show that I'm telling you, they got everybody. Everybody is probably doing some shit they're not supposed to be doing, and they got it all.
People are getting paid.
right?
People are getting
And
paid.
If they said it or something, or someone put something on, Fox News or CNN or NBC or whatever it is, someone's name's getting thrown into that fucking thing, and then that person gets in trouble too.
And they don't want that.
Yep.
And there's a lot of judges that are involved in
Uh-huh.
this case.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So they have to really like trial her. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
Oh, no, they got to do it hard. I was almost nervous because I think I was reading somewhere like if the jury didn't decide after 3 times guilty or not guilty, then she gets like a retrial or like a suspension of a trial for
Yeah.
like years. So like they were on number 2 and then like they figured it out on number 3 or whatever it was. But like then again, who's to not say like somebody else was not paid like as a juror like you want like $1 million, bro?
yeah.
So don't say anything.
And there's a lot of judges out there that are also Freemasons.
Facts.
So there's a lot of society power going on in these trials and stuff like that. It's not just a simple trial, man. But this is why they're not displaying it on like Fox News, like he says, and stuff like that. Because once
Right.
names get thrown out there,
That's a wrap.
there's a lot of shit going down. You know what I mean? So
Yo, you ever watch the movie Don't Look Up? It's on Netflix right now.
yeah, I saw it
Watch it with
yesterday.
Leo DiCaprio?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday. You saw how they were trying to keep everything under wraps.
Yeah.
And when they were trying to speak about like, yo, we're gonna die. There's a fucking comet hitting Earth the size of a mountain.
Gave-
Everybody talk about Ariana Grande getting married to
Yeah.
Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
And
That movie gave me so much anxiety because like
It
I
did.
truly believe that's what would happen if like,
that's
someone-
exactly what
You
we
saw
were
the
saying
movie?
yesterday.
We were
Yeah.
talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, was like, what do you think a crater would actually hit? And he was like, yo, if anything would have happened like that, they would hide it under the news. They would say, oh, it was just like something from outer space, something that we can't explain. Like, they would just make it seem like it had nothing to do with the government.
So this is the thing. Yeah. He was asking me like, yo, do you think a comet would hit? And I'm like, this is where my mind is at. I'm a flat earther through and through. Mm-hmm. I've done my research for the past 2-3 years. Even Rodrigo has done it. So when people speak to me about a new planet or comet hitting Earth, I cannot believe that because I already have my mind set on flat Earth that we're stuck here. This is a punishment that we have to go through in order to make it back into heaven. So when he's asking me like, so what about the comet? What if it hit? I'm like, that's not what it is. The comet is just another word for a nuclear bomb. So let's say if I have beef with a fucking country, let's say I want to get rid of China, Japan, or whatever. All I have to do is go to the news and put that there's a comet that's going to hit the area of fucking China and Japan. And once that nuclear rocket hits and it fucking destroys the whole thing, who the fuck is going to have cameras in that area to even record a fucking nuclear bomb hitting a fucking country? Anyway, everybody's going to be dead. So do you get what I'm saying? A comet is just another way to disguise something that us humans do to each other. Like, for example, 9/11, they blame it on the Middle Eastern people when it was an inside job. It was done from America. Like, you know what I'm saying? For political gain and shit like that.
Yeah, I low-key think if people really start getting onto the 9/11 shit, like, really, like, looking into it.
Have you seen the videos?
No, yeah, of course. No, I'm telling you. No, I ever told you a story about my personal claim?
No.
I feel like they might come after me if they start they start getting after them about 9/11 shit.
Really?
Because I have a friend, I won't mention any names, but a friend used to work in the World Trade Center like a couple years back, and she had like all the lists. She had to go through years of like people being off, and she held everybody's like timesheets and everything like that. And she was like, I guess she was curious, or she just happened to stumble upon September 11th, and you just see the Silversteins are like who own those buildings and whatnot.
Yeah.
Every single Silverstein and the whole entire family took off that day.
Oh, I actually know about that.
Yeah. They all took.
I actually know about that. They all took off that day.
I had her on my podcast, and she told me, she was like, "It's weird. That's weird." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's."
So, matter of fact, there was this guy. I had a video of this guy that was really good friends with one of the Rockefeller child, right? So he was telling a story how he was in a boat and they were just like hanging out, whatever. And this guy, he was actually one of the Rothschilds, I don't know, their sons, whatever the fuck he is. He was telling him that there's going to be a huge event coming up in September to wait because it's going to open everybody's eyes. So the guy found it really weird that he was telling him like some insights on something that's about to happen. So people already knew that they were going to have, well, elites, not people, not like us. To us, it was just like, oh my God, how can terrorists do that? So they always like to stereotype people and put people on the news and on camera and say these people are evil. And sometimes they do these stupid translation at the bottom. And majority of the time, that's not what they're saying. For example, like Osama bin Laden in the cave, he was probably saying, yo, I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten in like months. And then like he said he just killed 16 people. He said death to America. Like, yeah, that's not what he said. I know Afghani, bro. Like I know how to speak the language, bro. Don't lie.
He's like, yeah, I want a sandwich.
He's like, yeah, I order Uber Eats that haven't come yet. He's in a cave starving and shit. And America put in some bullshit like he hate the Yankees. Like,
yo, that's hilarious. Yeah,
just don't believe it. Because I said it on the last podcast, right? Kanye West said on the album, "Don't believe everything you see on TV." That is so fucking true. And they said on the movie, Don't Look Up."
Yep.
Right?
Don't believe everything you see on
Don't
the
believe
movie.
you see everything. And Jay had his own fucking experience, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I guess when you get to Cali or some shit, right? You were hanging out with some YouTubers and Instagrammers.
So I was at I won't disclose any names. I was at a party in the hills one time when I went out to Cali, and it was these, we'll say 2 YouTubers. Never like seen each other in public. They don't post each other, but like at this party, they were just all up on each other. And like 2-3 months later, they finally come out as, oh, now we're starting to date. I'm like, bro, three, 4 months ago, I just saw y'all at the party just getting down. Like, what do you mean? Like, that shit's just everything about Hollywood is just scripted. Yeah, it's
weird.
Scripted, it's fake, and it's to create money at the end of the day. Like, they're trying to jack up the prices. Like California is probably the most expensive place to live in the States.
Bro, how expensive was it when you went
there?
It was crazy, right?
The taxes be like, yo, you get fucking McChicken over there?
I know.
It's like $5, bro.
I know. So I went to Good Burger in California, and I remember I was like, oh shit, I'm hungry. I was in a hotel. I was doing like the Ink Master show and shit like that. So I was like, all right, let me go to Good Burger because I seen it on TV, and I'm like, all right. So I go in there and I asked for like, I don't know, number 4. It was like a fucking cheeseburger, whatever. So I paid for it, right? It was 19 something, like $20, right? Because, I'm thinking the whole meal and all that. So I was like, whatever, I got money. So she gives me the burger. She gives me the fucking tray. It was a red tray, and she puts the burger. So then I'm standing to the side. I'm waiting for my soda and my fries. So I'm standing there. It's been 5 minutes, and she's looking at me. She was like, "You want anything else?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just waiting for my fries and soda." She was like, "Oh, you want your fries and soda too?" And I'm like, wait. I was like, "Wait, how much was the burger?" She was like, $19.50. I was like, "Why?" I was like, "What's the fries?" She was like, "No, the fries are like $4 something." I was like, "I don't want fries, yo." Like, damn. I went over there, my burger, I just put it in my pocket. I went back in my Uber. Just went back to.
You're back at the hotel cutting in corners, like.
That's when I realized it's super expensive. Not only that, gas right now is at $6.50 in California.
Gas is
Right.
Gas in
Right.
general is ridiculous.
But wait.
That's-
I need you guys to understand there's a tactic behind the madness because us, regular people, we think it's just gas is being raised up. But what they're doing is they're pushing for electric vehicle because in the next 3 years, everybody's going to have electric vehicles. All of the major car companies are starting to transition slowly into all electric vehicles. Honda, Toyota, Chevy. Yeah, so how would I get you to buy fucking my electric vehicle? I will raise the gas prices up, and then I will lower the prices on electric vehicles so everybody can start getting it. It's starting to happen in California because that's where Tesla resides at. Right. Elon Musk and all this shit. So what happened is when they lobby against like so say Elon Musk will go to like the Supreme Court and shit like that, or how you call that shit, the Capitol Hill. Well, the representative and the Republicans and Democrats and all. Yeah, so what happens is when they're trying to pass a new law. So it's like, it takes a lot of money, obviously. Because this happens in Spain. Some major artists from over there lobbied against all the inks that get imported into Spain. So what happened is, by him, let's say me, if I come out with an ink, and I don't want nobody from New Jersey to buy Intense, World Famous, all that, I'll just lobby against it. I'll go to court. I'll pay them tons of money, right? So what happened is New Jersey outlaws all the other inks. So nobody in New Jersey, none of the artists could use the other inks but my ink. Right. So that's exactly what's happening with the whole gas thing. So they're just raising it so you can start using an electric vehicle.
That's wild.
We're like trying to find a car now that's not a hybrid is like almost impossible. I've been looking at cars and they're like, so is there anything you don't want in a car? I'm like, I don't want electric or a hybrid. Like, I'm an EMT, I'm on car accidents all the time. I don't want to be in one. Yeah,
it's not going to be. And if you think about it, the whole electric thing is crazy because let's say an all electric car like Tesla, it's almost like a cell phone. It's like a smart cell phone. So what happened to viruses? What happens if later on in the future, 10 years from now, you get a ticket and you don't pay the ticket? Now your car doesn't turn on until you pay that ticket. These are the things that are going to happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People don't think about this shit. So go ahead, Jay, because I know you're ready to press a button over there. You souped up.
Yeah, what's up with that?
We got a minute before the camera cuts, so we will be right back, guys. Tomorrow starts off the new year, 2022. So we will come back, talk about resolutions, goals, dreams, and aspirations heading into the new year. We will be right back. We have
you already
Meg,
know.
John, Smiley, and Jay.
Your shoes have dandruff, bro.
Do we do intro music again when we come back or what?
Yeah, I'll just hit it for like 2 seconds.
Do.
Are we getting a new song when we get the new logo?
We gotta like outsource something, like a custom song.
I'm gonna pay somebody to do our own thing.
Like a little soundtrack?
I'll do the logo, a whole bunch of shit.
We get verses on the track. What do you mean? I need a smiley.
We should do a music video to the theme song. So yeah, alright, cool. I got what we can do for that too. His music videos. Welcome back. We are here.
What up?
We already talked about it. Tomorrow starts off a new year, 2022. We talked about how fast this year flew by. It might take a second to think about this one. With the whole year being done, what's one thing that you can take out of this year going into the new year? What's one thing that you learned? Something that you will take into consideration tomorrow?
I definitely need to be more assertive in my decision making. Because even though I make a decision, I could sort of bend them or have other people bend them for me, which is not cool because as a business owner, I need to be more stern with what I want to do and the things that I decide to take on. So I guess that's one of the things that I want to take into the new year. As far as my New Year resolution, and mine's and my wife, because I'm speaking on her behalf too, we're going to do definitely different things. One of my main things is going into high schools and colleges and doing like job fairs and offering our courses to these younger kids that don't know, especially in the art field, because they don't know what they want to do in life, right? Art is a very weird industry to get into, because either it's like you have to be famous from paintings and shit like that, or you have to really go and get it in different ways. And the tattoo industry is one of those forgotten industries that a lot of artists and a lot of colleges, let's say, don't consider this as art. It's always been a battle between the visual art people in the industry versus the tattoo industry. They don't consider tattoo artists artists. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to offer what we do to high schoolers, basically, so they don't have to waste 70, 100K on a school that's basically going to take away all of their creativity, because that's what happens when you go to college. You kind of conform to the ways of whatever they're teaching. So you could pay us less, and we'll teach you how to do like literally everything here, and you'll be making money within the first year, which is awesome. And it's going to be awesome for parents knowing that they don't have to pay that much money for it. That's definitely one of my New Year's resolution. We need to get the videos out there, because I want to start doing seminars and teach people how to tattoo the way I tattoo, because there's different ways, right? So that's definitely the second one. And all merchandising, man. I want to be able to sell at least $100,000 in paintings. So I have a major goal. So right now my paintings are going for $15,000 because of the auction house, which I appreciate you guys doing that for me. So my goal is to raise up the value of my paintings to at least $20K this year. So any paintings that I do after that will be worth that. So those are my goals and stuff, you know?
Yeah, next year, I'm just trying to work as much as I can on the craft that I am learning. I'm wrapping up my apprenticeships pretty shortly, and I'll be working over here, which I'm really excited for.
Being that you're talking about that, that's also one of the resolutions that we had, is to open this spot up around January. That's literally. So we're looking forward to that, and becoming a piercer over here.
I'm super excited for that because I really do feel like this is the first time that I've worked somewhere and it's the first employees relationship where they've asked me, hey, what do you want to do for us, and what can we do for you, and where do you see us, your relationship in 5 years? And it's really like a blessing, because I didn't really get asked my entire life, like, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I had to assume that I was going to work at a office job or 9 to 5 and a blue collar job, and
or just work in general. It doesn't feel like we're working here. It's weird.
Never.
You know what I mean?
So next year made a big resolution to try to work as hard as I can, so I can support the people around me and make sure that I'm fulfilling everybody's needs as a friend and a family member and stuff like that. I did write on my board last night. I wrote 2022, no porn. And then
I folded.
And I
I
couldn't. Shit, it was only a week.
I couldn't, bro. I folded.
Fuck.
It's Instagram. Instagram fucking is the cost of all this.
So yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna see how long I can go for that, because I was really thinking about it like a hard think the other night, and I was just like, yeah, that shit really does fuck you up. The less you look into it, and you can use it as research purposes, I guess. Most of the time, that's what I feel like the male audience does, but for the most part.
In college, I had to write a whole research paper about why it shouldn't be used for research. So it's funny that you mentioned it that way.
But yeah, I just think that it is a little too crazy to watch it, as much as other people do. So I think that should be a big one.
It's like a sitcom. Like, I'm watching. Have you seen the second season? It came out. I'm like on it every week. I'm trying to catch up.
Episodes don't stop.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's more just focusing on myself and actually doing more self-care, and I don't want to say not working as much, but like trying to balance out my self-care and me taking time for me.
That shit is
work
important.
Crazy hours at the shop, and then on top of first aid and everything else I do, I just got my CPR instructor license. Like, I need to make sure that even if I'm doing all
Oh, congratulations, by the way.
Thanks.
I completely forgot to congratulate you on that, because that's a lot, too. That's awesome.
Even with doing all these things, I tend to just work myself until, like, I physically can't anymore, and I need to start focusing more my physical and mental health in terms of if I'm going to be doing all these things, but still prioritizing myself.
That shit is important because it's like, okay, you have these goals. You be like, oh, I want to make money, I want to buy a house. How the fuck can you do all that when your health is so fucked up?
Yeah.
You know that your health is like number one, man. You know what I mean? So we all have to focus on our health. Mm-hmm. So I definitely want to get a nutritionist next year and start paying for one. We need massages and stuff like that, chiropractic. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we need all that shit in order for us to continue and keep going with our goals. So,
my goal is to get into permanent makeup.
That'd be really exciting.
Which is gonna happen. Yeah.
Kind of piggybacking up off of all of you guys, definitely one thing I learned from this year is, like, not even to sound cliche, but your dreams work just as hard as you do. So, like, definitely heading into next year, I'm trying to put in 110% effort. Like, this year was a big eye-opening year for me. Like, I just started my career, I would say, at the beginning of this year. Like, when I came here, I only had, like, 2-3 months worth of a portfolio to show. And since then, I feel like I've personally grown tremendously. Like, last night I talked about I did a shoot with my boy, and he would look over, and I wouldn't even be taking pictures. Like, I'd be doing, like, videos, and he's like, yo, like, he did my first ever shoot with me, so he came over, he's like, yo, I forgot, like, you really do these videos now. Like, this is your shit. Like, you've gotten so much better from, like, the first video that you showed me, and it was just, like, it was a moment of, like, yeah, like, you don't realize how much you're doing until someone says it and they notices it from you because you're just so engulfed in, I got to get this done. All right, on to the next step. All right, on to the next one. So definitely heading into next year, I just want to put all I can into it, like all my effort into it. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, which is why I was telling you I want to pay for a course for you to do photography because I see the potential in you. But obviously there's always room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? So when I speak to you or him or whoever, I don't speak to like break people down. I speak to like motivate them. But because there's how many people you're gonna find out in the world that says, yo, you could do this, you're gonna do great, let's get you on this, what we need to do, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to find people like that. So I definitely like to be that person to actually motivate, and even if I have to invest in my own money in order to get you guys better, it's awesome at the end of the day because I love helping people. That's my thing. So if I can help you in your career, I think that's pretty awesome.
You know,
so
I definitely say you have as well. Definitely a big mentor, and like you said, just like literally what you just said, people saying like, oh, you can do better, like especially starting off with photography, like your family and friends will be like, oh, this is cool, but when I got here, you guys like pushed me to get better. You're like, yo, this is cool, but I know you can do more. Like, how about try this or do this? And I'd be like, oh, okay. I just didn't have someone else to help me think that way. Like, I just had my thoughts, and I had to either people would be like, why are you even trying this out? That'll bring me down. Or the person that'd be like, you can do this. You can, like, they just give you like these little crumbs of information. But you guys really, like,
so when you have a bad day in your career as far as camera piercing, you'll find somebody to be like, so why don't you do something else, dude? Or it's like, no, why don't people be like, nah, you're gonna do it. It's just one day. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do that, which is why I like I be buying a whole bunch of gadgets for you to play around with, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need to fucking get better, and you know what I'm saying? I got you on that. So it's cool. Listen to everybody's resolution.
Yeah, I'm excited. New Year's tomorrow.
Yeah, wow, it's crazy. Right?
It's crazy. 2022. You know what I'm saying? Like I just keep thinking about the fucking year, how fast it went.
I think I'm staying. What are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? You staying home? I'm staying home.
Yeah.
Probably sleep.
I gotta go to my dad's house because it's his birthday on 31st.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's 64. He looks fucking young. You know he's an adrenochrome freak probably. I don't know this because he looks too. Y'all be looking at him like Queen Elizabeth. Like how you still alive, bro?
We touched it a little bit in the first segment of this episode. We definitely will get. I know Smiley will definitely want to do on a full conspiracy theory episode. I don't know if we will.
So our next one.
Next week. All right. So we'll definitely try to get Mr.
So you give me conspiracy theories, and I'm gonna bust them.
All right, cool.
Whether it's fake or not, and I'll try to give you as much information. I'll line some
up, and we can see what. All right, cool. We can definitely do that. That's gonna be
good. I need to block out a lot more time than that.
Yeah, give me like 3 hours.
So the one time, it was like before COVID, clients just didn't show up, and then like it was still when Brian Ace weren't really booked yet, and Leah was still apprenticing, and then we literally were like talking conspiracy theory for like 2 hours, and then Sarah comes in, and like I would keep trying to get up to like check in with clients, like try to figure out what's going on. So I was like, no, sit down. So Sarah comes in, she's like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, why is no one tattooing? Why are you guys all just sitting around? And I'm like, I kept trying, and Smiley said, no. Like, sit down. You need to learn now so that we can move forward. Like,
because it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
The amount of like, what is in Rick and Morty's mind blowers that I've gotten here from Smiley. Yo, I've walked out of his room sometimes just like, yo, what's
Smiley needs to be Rick and Morty
like,
character.
So I just find an interest in all the conspiracy theories since I was 13. So I've been reading about different things since I was 13. Which is funny because one conspiracy theory is the people that created the word conspiracy theory was the CIA after John F. Kennedy got killed because he was trying to expose them. So anybody who comes up with these weird allegations towards the government, they're called conspiracy theorists. Yeah. And they're not, but okay. You see, there it goes. There it goes.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next
I want to give a shout out to my wife too because she's awesome. She puts in a lot of work. And I obviously got to acknowledge her for that because she's part of this whole mix, even though she's not here. So I definitely want to take out the time to say, what up, babe? You know what I'm saying? Big ups.
I guess just along the same lines, like reflecting on the past year, like everyone that works in the shop, like everybody works as hard as they can all the time. Like they really do put 110%
Yo,
in.
for real.
And we get a lot of, we got people that, apply and people that want to work with us, and sometimes we have to reject more people than we have to bring in. But that's just because we know that if you're not 100% in, 110% in, it's just not going to work out. And all the people I can say that are in the room behind me right now, putting 110%, if not more, in at every single time, every single hour, every single minute.
So because we know how much we all put in towards what we do, and then somebody comes in and puts in less, we could definitely see what they're putting in. So you're going to get a rejection from us right away. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes very disrespectful, especially to us, knowing how much we do in order to make this move forward. Right. And you want to be sitting around fooling and shit like that. So we don't, we don't.
We're also not a typical shop that's like, the artists don't make their own schedule. We handle everything. Like, we handle it like a true business. So from an outside artist, like, try and come in, they're like, well, what do you mean I can't just randomly leave when I want? Or and it's like, no, we open at this time. You're here. When you're here every day, no matter if your client shows up or not. Like,
it's a career. You have a career here. Yeah. It's not like you know what I'm saying. Like old school shops, you come in late, smoke tons of cigarettes. So these are the things I also wanted to mention. Like any artists that want to come and work with us, make sure your shit is together, man, and you have great credentials. Because it's like if you come in here and you've been tattooing for 15, 20 years and your work look like shit. You're not gonna work with us. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? If you have attitude, if you like to smoke a lot of cigarettes and take tons of break, this is not the shop for you. Like, we're all professionals here. We don't fuck around with what we do. So, we're a very respected shop, and we want to keep it like that. Yeah. So.
Most definitely. We talked a lot about the new year, but we are sitting here on the pod, Chakra Outloud. I know you talked about this place being opened up in January as the piercing station. We're going to move over into the next location. For the people out there watching, make sure you guys are leaving comments, questions, anything you want to know. Have questions for Smiley, John, literally anyone else in the shop. We have no problem bringing anyone onto the show. Anything that you guys want to see on the pod heading into the new year, definitely let us know, whether it be on the Instagram, TikTok, on the YouTube page itself, because we're looking to build this just as much as we're looking to build the shop. This is going to be I'm so excited for this for the next year.
Yeah, so give us topics, things you want to talk about, things going on in the world. It'll definitely help us out. And also subscribe. Yeah. Hit the subscribe button on your left-hand side, right in the corner.
I feel like it's like one of those from the YouTubers that your kids that watch.
And then it pops up the subscribe. Yeah, and hit the like button. It lets the algorithm know that we're there and that we're popping. And you'll help us out if you give us the thumbs up.
Hell yeah.
Big facts.
All right. So I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're good for the day, guys.
That was good.
Yeah, that's cool. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, guys.
We'll see you in January, right?
Yeah. January. We'll see you in 2022.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye.
Don't drink and drive. Pull over and take a sip.